Hey guys, what's going on today? This is me, Dalsu, back with some more Banished Mountain Man challenge. Everyone's telling me that I had actually counted wrong and that I needed to include the adults, the students, and the children in my 50 pop count, and so I am already there, apparently, and barring some disaster, as long as we're able to stay alive for 20 years, so we're talking probably in the high 20s there, then we'll make the challenge. We'll make the accomplishment, the achievement. So yeah, we're gonna keep on going. Probably we will turn up the speed at some point, as long as we are totally stable and sure of ourselves, which we're not quite yet. A lot of children being born, someone becoming a student. This is good. This is good. We're gonna have a population for the future. I had just built some new houses. So those two children were just born from those houses, which is very good. We managed to clear this space out. And one of our next goals is a gatherer's hut and a forester over here. And we might actually start to have the labor here pretty soon. It is late autumn. This is just a little cold snap, not a big deal. So I guess that's what we'll focus on, is this area over here. We don't have a lot of wood. We need to probably go ahead and chop all the mature trees left over by this forester. Very delicately. It's a delicate operation. Not that delicate, but you know what I mean. Don't want to chop any little saplings is the main thing. Okay, that ought to do it. It still won't put us in a great position with logs. That's the one thing we're really struggling with. Another option would be to start building this area that I have talked about so much, so that I can trade. But I don't feel like 100% secure in my food. So I think that gatherer's hut and the forester's lodge is not going to be effective for, 3 years or however the hell long it takes. So we want to do that. You can see how these are a little bit bigger, because those are the first ones I chopped. Alright, I think I'm going to do it. Finally, after all this talk. We're going to do boom, forester lodge. Not exactly the best configuration. I should probably have come a little south with it. I think that's okay. It's not bad, actually. It's probably better than this one, really. Yeah, it is better. And a gatherer's hut. I will come just a little south with it. Boom. Okay, so those two buildings are going to help out a lot. Hopefully we have enough wood to get, yeah, so 62 we're talking. That's most of our wood. Stone's not an issue, labor's not an issue, so that'll be great. And we'll be able to stick quite a lot of people into those two jobs. I'm thinking 2 into the forester and sort of doing the same thing I'm doing here, because when you turn on cut, it doesn't seem to work very well, so. But then that is a problem, because if I come cut swaths out of it and they take forever to grow, won't that negatively affect my gatherer's hut? I think it will. So I should probably just go ahead and staff both of them with 4 people. That is taking a huge chunk out of my labor force. But we're sort of set at that point, I would think. And we can just focus on expanding. Because that gatherer's hut creates a lot of food. That forester's lodge, when it actually does come to fruition, which we've seen takes a long time, but it will sort of eliminate the need for me to use laborers to constantly be cutting down logs. So I think it's worthwhile to put 8 people in there. And anyway, we've got this crop of students that should be growing up soon. Our ratio is 23 to 34, so that's a pretty good ratio. We are probably going to have some deaths before too long. People are starting to get a little older, in their 40s. So a church would be nice. Church doesn't require a lot of labor, just one pastor. And a graveyard. It just requires a lot of stone to build, so it's a big project. Glad I've got this house and this barn and all this stuff over here. It makes these little modules much more efficient. I don't think I'm going to even consider a hunting lodge over here. Just because that's another 4 people, and I think really we're going to be starting to see some food security here finally, after all this hard work. So yeah, I'm not super worried about that. And I'll keep this guy at 2 and just keep doing how I'm doing for emergencies. But this guy will be my staple wood provider. And of course I'm going to go south for trades sooner or later. The problem is we're not going to have enough wood to build all this shit. And chop forest and chop firewood. Although we'll probably be okay through the winter time at least. Yes. Low on logs. Maybe we should focus on updating the houses next. That is something that needs to be done after all. I don't know exactly what benefit it's going to give me, tangible or otherwise. She's just come there to idle. Alright, let's put 3 builders in. I don't care if they get done before wintertime. Why I just shut that down every time. It's just habit. Yeah, I mean, I'd like it to be done by spring. Maybe I'll do one more. But shit, what are the rest of the laborers even going to do during this winter time? I don't really have any logs to cut. I mean, I guess they could grab this iron. I sure really don't need iron. I'm just doing this to keep you guys busy. That's all. So with 5 builders, this ought to get done hastily. It looks like it is. And then we'll go ahead and directly shift that labor. Wow, they are making short work of it. That is a change from the normal. No, he's going to walk away right before it's done. And so she, I bet. Oh, she's actually going to get it. Okay, well, I am going to put the full amount of foresters here and leave it on cut and plant. I should not have done that. It's going to take a minute to fill back up. There we go. So that's the full force of 4. Cutting and planting. I don't know if they will cut these plants since they're already fully grown or how that works. But I'm going to get rid of the stone while I'm here because that's blocking the way of progress. That iron's not really in the way. Let's get that as well. Good job. Alright, and that leaves us only 2 laborers at the moment. Of course, we have a lot of people building, so that's to be expected. I think when that gatherer hut shows up, we're going to start to feel really safe. Stable. Stability is what it's all about. You can focus on other things than just not dying. I really want to get that that trader up. Been talking about it for ages now. I assume all the farmers are now working as laborers, right? Some of these farmers. He's an herbalist. Gatherer. What are you doing over there, gatherer? Anyway, it looks like early spring is upon us. Hooray. Congratulations, we made it through another winter. If we keep this up around year 2025, 26, we just might make it. Gatherer's hut, you get 4 people. There we go. Now we have 3 laborers. Not a huge amount. But hey, we need that. We need that little module working. So that's what the hell we got to do. Alright, so what are we focusing on now? Are we going to focus on... So we can't really upgrade these houses. We just can't. Primarily because we don't have the wood. And we would quickly see our stone supplies dwindle as well. Let's just try upgrading 1. I want to see... All these people are going to be homeless, right? So I have 1 laborer at that point. I just want to see how long it takes and how disruptive it is to society. Because you've got all these people who are now homeless, right? Thankfully, it's pretty warm outside. And I don't think they're going to die or anything. But it is going to take a while. Especially with these 2 builders, right? So we'll start on that. We are going to need more wood to even get it done, I think. So I guess we could come harvest some of these trees. The problem is now we don't have enough labor, right? We only have 1 laborer. The farmers have gone back to their fields. We have still got these things assigned up here, so it's going to be a long time before any laborers are able to help out. Meanwhile, you got these people gathering fuel and shit. I mean, as long as it gets done before winter, they won't die, or will they starve? I don't know. I had to try it. Another option is building. What is it called? An extremely costly boarding house and an extremely space costly. I say extremely big and bulky boarding house over here in some of our prime real estate would keep them from being homeless during the period when their house is being rebuilt. But is it worth it? I don't know. Are these people going to die if they're homeless? I should have picked a house with only 3 people instead of 5, just in case something goes horribly wrong. So your homeless people are continuing to work, right? Yes, you're going to be a farmer. Very good. They've got to empty the storage, right? I guess it's going to be mostly laborers that do that. Which means it's going to take fucking forever. We could definitely do with a few students graduating here soon. Moving up into laborers. That would be great. Waiting to see that for sure. Wonder how long. We've actually got logs at this point. They are going to cut judiciously. There's a piece of stone right there blocking our growth. There's some here too. Although I don't want to bother the laborers right now because I assume they're emptying the storage for us. Very slowly. Man. Yeah, these upgrades are going to be a bitch, especially without the boarding house. Some of these trees are starting to grow up. Not fully, but close. Anyway, we will obviously need wood for lots of stuff, including firewood. But it looks like we have a pretty good stock of firewood. And our Forester's Lodge is actually going to start producing some. Doesn't look like much right now. And we'll be able to chop some of these. So I think we'll be safe on the firewood front when winter does come. I'm a little worried about this decision to upgrade this house, though. It doesn't seem like it was the right decision, maybe, without a boarding house. At least I did it right after winter, so we have plenty of time before the freezing weather comes and kills all the homeless people. They won't move in anywhere else, will they? get this done, guys. How's our new gatherer doing? Already gathering. But a lot of this is not woods yet, so it's probably going to suck for a little while. But that's okay. Alright, we're down to 7%. All the food's going back into the barn. It's just right there. I don't know why it's taking so long. Man, she's just got a lot of shit. They love variety. I guess who wouldn't? Who would want to eat venison every day, forever? You got homeless kids in school. Okay, we just got another laborer. That's good news. I don't think these builders are actually helping me yet. I should probably have shifted them after the house got emptied. She's gonna work. He's gonna get something to eat. Okay. By work, I guess it means clear these trees away that I've told them to clear away. And that's probably why everything's taking so long here. Because I had told them to do that, and that's a big job. Fine, I guess. Just don't want to see anybody starve to death. If they're out of their house, then how do they even eat, you know? What do? Can they just grab a meal on the fly, or they have to eat at home? I don't know. I don't know how that works. 1%. Come on, give me one more basket load. Still quite a few trees over here that need to be cut. Alright, we got 0 storage space. We got 2 new laborers, or hillis, anyway. So, what happens now again? I forget. They're gonna start breaking it down, or what? This takes a god-awful long time. It's already summer. We might have to build them a new house if things... Basically, I should probably cancel this in order to get it done. But then we're not going to even have enough wood to get it done or to make firewood when the time comes. Why are you still chopping firewood at 3:39? I thought I capped you. Yes, I did. So you should not be working. These people need their goddamn house. Alright, here we go. Demolished. Yeah, okay. Now it's going to be built. And... no, now it's got to get the goods delivered. Yeah, this is a long process. I don't think we want to do this without the boarding house available. Because otherwise I'm going to be too nervous about my newly homeless people. And really, I don't even know that it provides any real benefits. Does it provide any real benefits? Why do I need 3 builders? Yeah, there we go. 2. 2 builders should be assigned, but first we got to deliver the goods. This is finished, which is good news. Of course, the reserve of logs is going to be low. There's not much we can do about that right now. Except hope that maybe our forester does a little bit of that. So I assume he okay, yeah, he just chops kind of judiciously, which is good because it'll keep the gatherer's hut going. If I just take a big swath at a time, I don't think that that would pan out that way. Are we even going to have enough? We're going to have enough. It might be time to start thinking about a quarry, especially if we get a bit more labor. It's like the crops are coming in nice. Already early summer, Jesus Christ. Can we get this fucking house done, please? I do not want these people freezing / starving to death. Just because I wanted to upgrade their house, remodel their kitchen, and they're starving outside. Dying in the cold while I'm putting in new cabinets. Happens all across America, people. But it looks like we're going to get close. It's only summer. We still have fall to go. And I'm focusing on this way too hard, I never realized, but... I really don't know what happens to the homeless people, so... Okay, all we need is a bit more stone and iron. Looks like we have a lot of people delivering right now. That's nice. Boom. So we just need 3 iron, and then we can get the builders on it. Come on, there's plenty of iron over here. There he goes. Alright, so it's ready now for our 2 builders. We have a new laborer. Good, so now we're up to 6 if you include the people I've shifted to building. And Owen is going to work. And she's gathering food, of course, or he, Thelm. Bringing it to his house. He just live right there, doesn't he? No, he's got to bring it all the way down through the tunnel. Yep. Okay. You do that. Anyway, there's not that much labor involved. It's only 45. No one has died yet. They're going to have the nicest digs in town. It's going to be on MTV Cribs. It's going to be the best hearth you've ever seen. $1 million hearth. And there he goes. Alright. He's going to get some food too. Thelm's going to feed his people and then go to work. Alright. Pretty well supplied house, really. Another laborer. Okay, so we're starting to see a wave of graduates here, which is great. Our ratio is starting to droop a little bit, actually. So some new houses might be in order sometime in the future. Here comes Owen. Slow but steady. Anyway, it's been a sort of productive episode. I mean, we got these 2 buildings up, which we've been talking about for fucking ever. And now I feel like this gatherer's hut sort of like cements my food stability. I know I keep using that word, but with this gatherer's hut, I don't think we have to worry about starving anymore. Unless we just grow way, way too fast. Also, with this forester's lodge, we have future-proofed ourselves for logs. Because I could just see that huge problem coming. Because this doesn't grow fast enough to provide for me. I'm running out of places to just take it. And I wanted to have that set up and working. Because it takes a couple years before it's really efficient. So I'm glad I did that. I think the natural next step is building a little area down here. A couple houses, small farms. Maybe a fishery. Probably not, though, because we have enough food. And then a market, a trader. So that's what I'm going to do. Is the house done? I can't finish the episode without the house being done. Everyone's back in it. I don't know what that does to the game numbers. But the people should be healthier and happier and warmer, of course. Anyway, I've been Dal Su. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Cheers.